wind. Oh dear God, cut through you like a knife. It was.
You do realise I've just hit the record button?
Yeah, I was watching you.
Anyway, hello.
Hello, folks.
It's round 2 review. And what a round it's been.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, we'll get to that at the end. But yeah, we've had a bit of Simon and Garfunkel this morning, and now we've got a review. I know I put it the other way round in the thing, but hey ho. Anyway, so we're going to look at round 2, and we're going to tell you what covers we preferred, and the usual thing, how we would have voted. We'll look at the votes, the real ones, of course. And for those of you who think that there's been some other, there hasn't. We've really looked into it, so we're quite happy. Anyway, let's bring up the most important scoreboard. Add it to the stage. There we go. As you say, we changed it a little bit. I've got to change it again now for the quarterfinal. So, first one of round 2 was Sergeant Pepper from Simon, Ralph Boston.
Yeah.
These covers, both of them are pretty iconic. You can see them for miles. If you go into a record shop and you can see them far away, you know which is Sergeant Pepper's, and you know what is Boston's. And I like Boston. I mean, we like that cover because it's got the outline of the skyline of the city that we've been to. Yeah.
Plus, the top, the spaceship, is an upside down guitar.
It's fantastic how they've done
it.
That.
It is. It's brilliant. It's imaginative. It's really good artwork. But the one that's going to catch you right, well, it's going to catch my eye all the time, is Sergeant Pepper, because there are so many famous faces. You can look at that album 6 times, and each time you'll see a different face that you hadn't seen previously. First glance, yes, you've got the Fab Four and probably Marilyn Monroe, who's, if I remember, as you're looking at it, if I remember, is front right.
Yeah, I mean, Shirley Temple's on there.
Yeah.
And what I like about that cover, the Beatles are actually waxwork dummies.
It was very well done. It was very, very well done.
And then the other thing about the montage. The cover was the first time a rock album had the lyrics on, wasn't it?
Yep. And whenever you go to the reverse side, you've got 3 of the Beatles looking at you, and 1 person has his back to you. And if I remember correctly, it's Paul McCartney has got his back to us, I think.
I think you're right. Okay. So, if we were just doing it on the artwork,
me, Sergeant Pepper.
I think it would have been for me as well. Sorry, Ralph.
Yes.
But I mean, it's an iconic cover, but even me with no glasses on, right, I can tell Sergeant Pepper. That says something.
Yes.
Without glasses, folks, I'm blind as a bat.
And I'm going that way.
Yes. So that was, and everyone thought the same, and they sort of taken into consideration the actual albums as well. So it was a thumping win, really, for Sergeant Pepper.
Yeah.
So Simon went through to the quarterfinal. Next up, we had another Beatles album. We had Revolver up against Diamond Dogs.
You know where I'm going.
Yeah. Now, Diamond Dogs cover.
Front or back, you know exactly what it is.
Yes, but
at the front you've got Bowie's face, but you turn it round and you've got the dog legs on the back, and you know it's Diamond Dogs. There's no other album with dogs that I know of.
No, but I don't like that when you open the other thing. No, go away.
It is. It's freaky. It's freaky, but then at the same time, he's being imagined as one of the Diamond Dogs.
Yes.
And the futuristic thing. I mean, it starts off that high on Poacher's Hill, the red mutant eyes gaze down on Thingamy City. Ooh, yes, it is. It's futuristic and whatnot. I can see it. I can imagine it. You come to Revolver, and it's just the Beatles. Pen and ink drawing. They're all
it's based
Beatles.
on Victorian art, isn't it?
It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just a pen and ink drawing.
Yeah, I put up the. Remember, if I put up the full picture, and because I've got it into like a 12-inch square, they've had to squash everything up.
Yeah,
and I don't like that. But when you've got it expanded how it's supposed to be, it's a really nice picture. But
I get the four corner pictures. The members of the band, yes, excellent, really good, excellent line drawing. It's that bit in the center between the four heads that's really tight confined, and they're all the same. They're all the Fab Four. Different looks, different appearances. I couldn't get it. It didn't do anything for me. Whereas Diamond Dogs, you see that, you go, I know exactly what that is.
Yeah,
you can't mistake it for anything but Diamond Dogs. And even if you just see the back, yes, you know that whenever you open it out, you're going to go, yeah. But it's iconic. So you know I'm going Diamond Dogs.
Yeah, I love Revolver. I love the songs on it, but yeah, I think I would have gone Diamond Dogs myself. Because
as you say, it's based on Victorian artwork. The idea, yes, I get the idea. The execution leaves a bit to be desired.
Yeah, if people are wondering what me and Dave are going, we're actually doing this on the artwork, not like everyone else that's going to think. We're just talking about how we like the artwork.
Well, that's what the round was supposed to be based on.
Yeah,
but we know people will also have voted for the music as well.
Yeah, which is
all right. It's fine.
Fine. Okay, the next one was an interesting one. Sex Pistols, never mind the doo-doos, against New Order's Technique.
I had no problem.
Sorry,
with
Jimmy,
this.
but
I've got one question on Technique. What's the cherub got to do with music?
I'm sure Jimmy would explain that to us at one stage, but no, it's not got a title on it.
This is it. What's the cherub got to do with it?
I think it's just a bit of artwork he found. I thought that'll make a good picture.
Yeah. Whereas, never mind the bollocks, here's the Sex Pistols. It's brilliant. It's words ripped out of a newspaper like a ransom note in days of old, or the old movies. Cut out the various letters, make up the words or whatever. This is just words ripped out of a newspaper. And you've got the song titles, you've got the album title. It's all the same. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, as Malcolm McLaren said, they wanted something to shock and be seen.
Yeah.
I mean, the original black and white wouldn't have sold nothing, I don't think. But
no,
a yellow background with pink bits and
yes, it was. Ew, what is that? Now you know exactly what it is.
Yeah,
you can't mistake it for anything else.
Yeah, the people were saying about this one was going back what's happened, that could have been a potential, but as much as
I don't think so.
I think, I mean, I know this is Jimmy's favourite New Order album, but we know Jimmy likes that because that's the sort of likes that sort of music, which is great.
It doesn't do it for me.
It doesn't do it for me either. And I mean, it's not a bad album. I don't not dislike it. It's just not for me. But never mind the bollocks. It's just an iconic punk album. It's
I'm just looking here. The first round, it was New Order versus Prince, and that was the only one that I couldn't make a decision. I didn't like either of them.
No, but never. It's just a great iconic album. It's one of Britain's best ever albums. So I would have gone with the Sex Pistols on that one.
Yeah. It's I
Now,
think
this was a tough one. The next one, wasn't it? Simon and
we've gone
Garfunkel.
there. We've gone with a winner. We've gone with a loser. We've gone with a winner. Now we come to oh boy. They're both iconic covers.
Bat Out of Hell, isn't it?
Bat
A lot
Out
of controversy to this cover.
Well,
because Jim Steinman
says what
wanted...
it is. It says what it is on the tin.
Yeah.
If all you've got on the picture, or if all you've got is that picture of the motorbike demon coming flying out of the ground, yes, it's a Bat Out of Hell. Yeah, I get it. Really good. Bridge Over Troubled Water. What does it say? It says it's Simon and Garfunkel. And at the time, they were at the peak. The music that they were coming out with was stunning. You knew almost every song. You could sing along with it. Simon and Garfunkel holds more memories for me because it came out before Bat Out of Hell. It's more recognizable in its plainness. Bat Out of Hell is more recognizable because, like I say, it says what it is on the cover. Over to you. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, Bat Out of Hell, the controversy with that Jim wanted his Jim and Meaty, and all he got was a little bit songs by Jim at the bottom. I don't like the back cover; it's horrible.
Yes, I agree. The front cover, brilliant. The back, no.
Yeah. Bridge Over Troubled Water, of course, one of the first albums I remember. It's a very special album to me. I do like the photographs because you've got on the front. I've got to get this right. I've got to picture it now. You've got
Art.
Paul.
Got Paul
Art at the back because he's taller, and you've got Paul leaning into him. And on the back,
he's sort of leaning back. Yeah,
it's the other way. Very good photos.
Yes, and you've got Paul head down into Art's back.
Yeah. Now, considering that this was their last album and there was friction, you haven't watched the Bridge Over Troubled Water, the Simon and Garfunkel thing. I've been a bit controversy. I'm expecting of what I said about it. But they were falling out at the time as well.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Oh, right. This is how I'm going to go. On covers, it would have been Bat Out of Hell.
For me, it would have been Bridge Over Troubled Water because it holds memories for me. There's associations.
If I was voting for this, it would have been Bridge Over Troubled Water again. Absolutely. Now, here was one of the shock results of round 2, I think.
Yes and no.
Talk, The Colour of Spring against Rush's Moving Pictures.
Yes.
Well, we know you love Moving Pictures albums, so...
Yes, and there are a lot of puns. You've got the people moving pictures out of the museum, which is why you've got a crowd of people standing there weeping away. The pictures themselves, the first one is Joan of Arc theoretically being burned at the stake. That's actually the photographer. She posed for that. Then you've got that next to the dogs playing poker, next to a butt naked starman or man on a star. And that person has been on I think it was every Rush cover up to that.
Yeah, the guy that designed that he designed.
Yeah, I think he's been on every cover. It's full of puns. It's brilliant. The fact that it was the band paid for it out of their own pocket. The record company wouldn't pay for it. They thought it was going to be far too expensive. The band ended up paying for it out of their own pockets. It shows where their belief was. And then you put that up against moving pictures. Color
Color of Spring.
The Color of Spring. Whenever I first looked at it, I thought, is that pop art? And then I blew it up so that I could see it properly, and I realized it's butterflies. Okay, butterflies, spring, they're all colorful. Okay, yes, I can get the color of spring out of that. And that's it.
But the colors are not spring colors; they're autumn colors.
Yeah, but you got the idea of spring. New colors and whatnot. Okay, yes, you get yellow daffodils and pink this and all the rest of it. Fine, but I don't think it holds a candle to moving pictures with all the puns. I would have gone with moving pictures.
Yeah, I would have as well, because I prefer that album. I like the Color of Spring. It was the album, as we said last time, that moved away from the pop synth into the more progressive ambient music.
Well, if I remember correctly, it's one piece of music broken into 10 parts.
Correctly. No, that's another.
No, that's someone else. That's someone else. That's another one.
Dave having senior moment there.
Yes.
The album's mixed up. But yeah, moving pictures, it does what it says on the tin, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Tie 6. Foxtrot versus Who Next? Now, the stories behind these are brilliant. I mean, Who's Next? Pete Calvin got caught short, and Mr. Russell was there. They took this photo and they filled up the water up the concrete, so they look like they've all.
Yeah, but you know where it was taken?
In a slag heap in Yorkshire, wasn't it?
It's a rubbish dump. Yeah. The concrete pillars are there to act as a foundation for the rubbish, the piles of rubbish. What does that tell you about the music?
Yeah.
The fact that it's on a rubbish dump. Are we supposed to think that the music's rubbish?
Yes, this is it. Sorry, folks. Rocky.
A leaf has blown past the front door, has it?
Yeah, it'll be quiet in a minute. We hope.
Rocky,
so.
Hush.
Rocky, quiet. Well. So yeah, Foxtrot. I love it. I love the eccentricity of it.
Well, this is it. I mean, you've got so many clues. You've got the fox hunt. You've got the foxy lady standing out on the island, and the fox hunt are on the shore looking out towards her. But did you realise that just above the fox hunt, the riders, there's actually a link to the previous album?
Yes, the nursery crime. There's where the house is a hole, and I like the sort of modern building. And one of the horse riders,
the croquet game is there as well.
Yes, and one of the horsemen is an alien, and one's a monkey, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes,
it is. It's a brilliant. I've got to be careful. It's a piss take.
It is.
They're taking the piss on some of the song titles, some of the music, but the artwork. I mean, apparently, whenever the artwork was presented, the artwork gave the album title.
Yes.
rather than them having the album title and saying, right, come up with a piece of art. He came up with a piece of artwork and they said, that's the album. That's the title. Thank you.
Foxtrot, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, Peter then went on stage in that. The band didn't like the album cover, though.
I know, but
They prefer Nursery Crime.
Yes. Yeah. I like the fact that there was a link back to Nursery Crime, and there was also a link
to Trespass.
Yes.
Yeah, which is the three that I can't think of his name now, but he done them 3 covers. Where would I have gone?
I think you would have gone Genesis Foxtrot.
Yeah, it's. I
It's
like
one of your favourite albums.
They're both my favourite albums by the band in question. But Foxtrot to me, it's just Peter. It was Peter at his best. Everything fits in, the cover, the music. It all makes sense. It all makes sense. The songs, the time it was. It's got to be Foxtrot.
Yeah, I mean, if I remember correctly, Who's Next came after Tommy.
Yes, because the songs from the rock opera that didn't happen. Yeah,
and to be honest, I think Tommy is one of their best albums. I'd put it above other Who albums.
I would as well, but that's for another.
That's
for later.
Yeah,
that's for later.
So anyway, I would have gone Genesis as well. So.
Yeah, I would have gone Genesis. Okay, 2 prog albums up next. Close to the Edge by Yes, and Remember the Future by Nectar.
Yeah, this is where I had my senior moment.
Yeah, this is a strange one because the cover of Remember the Future is beautiful.
It is
colourful,
front and proggy. Back. It's stunning.
And then Roger Dean comes up with this thing. But it is actually based on a picture, isn't he? A place in the Lake District, and he loved the colours.
Yeah.
I want to know, why didn't they use the picture of the gatefold on Close to the Edge? That lovely abstract scene that Roger Dean... I mean, the back cover's no better. At least Remember the Future. It's lovely all round. But the back, it's some very dodgy pictures of the band that look like they've been taken on a Kodak 126. And again,
I mean, I think at that stage, Roger Dean was sort of he'd developed the Yes logo.
Yes, that was he done that on the train, didn't he? Going to London.
Yeah. And it developed from there. So this is sort of, if you like, the first draft of what was going to come from Yes and Roger Dean. Whenever you get to Relayer and Tales of Topographic Oceans, now Relayer came after Tales of Topographic Oceans, but if you open up Tales and put Relayer to the left, it forms a 3-album cover. It's a 3-album picture. They all fit together. If he'd continued that style, if he'd had that going from the start all the way through, so that you would have had 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 albums with, like a Bayou Tapestry.
Yeah.
That would have been stunning, unbelievable.
It would have
Unfortunately, like I say, we're at sort of the first draft.
Yeah,
based purely on the art.
I'll tell you how easy that album is to recreate. One afternoon, I was talking with Naomi. She recreated it there and then on the screen.
Oh yeah.
No one saw this. This was behind. We was just mucking about, and she did it. No, I can do that. Dun 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 dun, and then we had the cover.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can now get the font.
Yes, she's very good at that. So
yeah, she is.
Yeah. So,
So yeah,
that's how that.
it's easy to do now. Back then, it was Roger Dean drawing and shaping and
Yeah.
getting the feel of it, and it's organic. And I had a thought of a word that described it. I can't remember it now, but it's along those lines of being organic and whatnot, and it is. But Nectar, that's gorgeous. The
Oh,
colours.
I could have that on the wall.
You could, front and back.
Yeah, beautifully, and I love the
Both.
font. I've actually got that font. I
In fact, of the two, of front and back, I actually prefer the back cover.
yeah, it's more mystique, isn't it? And it's
It
more,
is.
and it is remember the future. The artist really got what they wanted.
Yeah, he's hit the nail on the head. He's got the brief spot on.
Yes. Yeah. So this is a weird one. Covers, Nectar win it every time, but I love
Music
both albums. As you said, it's Remember the Future is a continuous piece of music.
Yeah, it's one piece of music broken into, I think it's 10 parts. And
But
as a prog album, yes, I get it, but yes, to me, music wise, is better. But then that's my opinion. I know the sponsor of Nectar is going to be going, no, it's not. No, it's not.
It was Zeb, I think. I think that's one of Zeb's.
Yeah, it is.
But Close to the Edge, them 3 songs off that album are still played to this day.
Yes.
You and I is beautiful.
What more can you say? I mean, every Yes album has at least, I'd say, 2 songs on every album. 2 albums?
Yeah, they're beautiful. It's a beautiful album. So my vote would have gone for Close to the Edge.
Yeah.
Purely on
I on artwork, Nectar. Yeah. On music, yes.
Now we come to this one. Enough has been said about what's happened here. So
yeah,
there are 2 solutions for this.
Yeah, and we'll deal with it tomorrow night. We don't want
tomorrow
to give
night. You mean tonight? You mean tomorrow night?
I am away with the fairies.
Yes.
I don't know
where you're going to be tomorrow. If you're going to be tomorrow night, you will be on your lonesome.
Yeah, no, I've had 2 nights
on Simon's.
No, I've had 2 nights on the trot moderating for a friend of mine, and it's gone 3 o'clock in the morning before he's finished. So I'm shattered. Plus, I've been to the gym. I'm absolutely shattered. But I'm going to go once this is done. I'm going to go and have a lie down for an hour and a half.
You've got to do bits now. So we'll find tonight. At the end of the tonight, there will be a decision. There are 2 scenarios that we can go for, but because we haven't heard from there's lots going on. We can't say, and that's not unfair. But that's why it's got panel decisions. So that there's going to be at least one thing, but it all depends on other things. So that's round 2.
Without trying to bias any decision that will be made, because you and I will not be taking part in a decision, we can say how we would have voted. And I know what way I would have voted. And somebody's not going to like me for it. Because I lived through the period of the mods and rockers. Yes, it's black and white and the photography is brilliant. But the mods and rockers period scared me. The fighting. The war between the 2 styles of music. It was, at that time, I was still young kid, read comics, war comics. Do you remember the little small
Commando
comics?
Ones? Yes,
Commando ones. They were all World War II stories. Most of the time, they were how the Brits and the Americans beat the Germans or the Italians or whatever. occasionally there'd be ones where the Germans were the good guys, had done something. Okay, doesn't matter. It was the line drawings. And I can remember the ME-262, seeing that in a comic and going, wow, and discovering that it was the first fully operational jet fighter in the world. Wow. And you look at the drawing of that, the band standing around the plane.
I prefer the back cover.
This is what I'm coming to. The back cover is what?
That's
Oh,
a great
wow.
piece of art. It's a great. I mean, I love aircraft. Yes, I did call it just 62 last week, but that was just a tip of the tongue. I know what an Messerschmitt 262 is. I can
Yeah.
tell you, I'm a bit of a geeky when it comes to World War II aircraft. So,
Likewise.
yeah.
So for me, I would have voted for Secret Treaties, just from memory.
I would have gone Secret Treaties as well, because Quadrophenia is not my favourite Who album. I think it was my number 3.
Yeah, likewise, it's not mine.
Yeah, I prefer Tommy, but
Yeah.
Secret Treaties is my favourite Blue Oyster Cult album. Blue Oyster Cult are my favourite American band. So, yeah,
of all American bands,
of all the
Blue
American
Oyster Cult.
Yeah, they are. I just love them.
Right. Okay.
So I would have gone Secret Treaties.
I would have thought you might have gone more for Boston over Blue Oyster Cult.
And I've seen Blue Oyster Cult. So and I'm looking forward to the new album. Anyway, so you can see that's how we had voted, and that will have no influence on what's going to happen later today at 8 p.m. And don't forget,
after I've had a snooze and a shower and woken myself up.
And don't forget, in America, you're still an hour in front of everything. So it is 4 p.m. Pacific time. No, it's not. It's 1 p.m. Pacific time, isn't it? And 4 p.m. But the following week, we're back to the usual.
And if I remember correctly, it's 5 a.m. Japan time.
Yes, for Michael. So there we go. Don't forget, on Saturday at 11:45.
Yes.
We have got a draw. It's not just, we've got a very special guest, and I'm going to be outnumbered.
There's the thing. We need to assign numbers. We can't do that until after tonight.
We'll do something on Friday.
Yeah.
We'll do something on Friday. We'll do a little. We've got to give, because we've got a very special guest who's going to pull, like in the FA Cup, he's got a bag with ping pong balls with numbers on. But we are going to give the name of the album. And that person is not many miles, really, from Dave.
Nice. He's about, 3 hours up the road.
3 up the road. So we all know who it is.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's the one and only Mr. Richard McCook. So he'll be joining us on Saturday after we've actually recorded our latest video.
Yes, yeah. I was just thinking you've got a double show.
Yes, we're going to record the video and then we're going to do live. So that'll be interesting. So Dave and I will see you tonight at 8 p.m.
Yeah, if
Rocky,
I've woken up.
And Rocky, he's gone quiet again. I'll tell you what it is, folks. When he hears Dave and I talking,
oh, it must be snack time.
Yes, but he's way too early today. He's way too early. We've just totally confused him. Anyway, we're going to wrap this one up. So thank you very much for watching, and we will be going ahead of this regardless of what happened. No one spoils our fun.
Yes.
And we
what we do in the future, we'll let you know.
We'll let you know how the vote's going to go. So bye for now, folks. Ta-ta.